Okay, YouTube, what's up? This is Hot Wheels, aka lovedone303's. I really need to look at the camera more. This is the second video today. I just uploaded my first one of the day, and this one's kind of I wouldn't call it like this is kind of me to get my feelings out. This next one. Um, see, I lost somebody that I really cared about a month. Yeah, a month ago. I lost him September 1st of this year, late in the afternoon. It was my grandfather, my papa, my world, my everything. He meant everything in the world to me. I loved him to death. He was in his late 60s, I think. I'm not sure exactly. He was in his late 60s. As far as I know, late 60s or early 70s. And him and his wife was in a wreck, leaving their house to go to my uncle's. They got hit, I think from the side, if I'm not mistaken. Well, oh, and and oh, I'm sorry. And, sorry, y'all. This is like really hard for me to even talk about because he meant so much to me, and now he's gone. But they was leaving late at night one night to go to my brother's house because their house was being bombed, like bombed or something for like to sanitize it or something. I don't know. I have no clue, y'all. For real, I really don't. But yeah, I lost him almost a month ago, and what happened was, as far as I know, I don't like take this to like this is like off the record because I'm not sure. Um, as far as I know, they was at a stoplight. Stoplight. Damn, my hand's crooked. Crap. And a car come up and just like completely slammed them from the side, and it broke both of my papas, my granddaddy's broke a couple of ribs. He broke both his legs and both of his wrists, and it just like hurt my grandma's neck or something. The impact of the wreck could have broke her neck, but luckily it didn't. Because if it did, she would have been gone too. Okay, my second grandma. Let's put it that way. My second, because his first wife, my actual grandma, died before I was born. Her name was Virginia, and I miss her dearly. Also, rest in peace, grandma. I love you. And but yeah. So he was in the hospital for about 3 days. My papa was. He was in the hospital for about 3 days, 3 or 4 days. I think, yeah, 3 or 4 days. We got the. I know I'm like mixing up the story or whatever, but yeah, he was in the hospital for at least 3 or 4 days. We got the call really late at night. I kind of like, I seriously almost flew out of my wheelchair to get to my mom. I literally almost like Superman out my wheelchair just to get to my mom. I could not get out of my room fast enough to wake her up to tell her what was going on. So we stayed here where I live for a while until we found out that the stupid this part makes me really mad. The stupid doctor, idiotic. If I find him, I swear I'm gonna make sure his butt gets fired. I swear on everything, y'all. If I find out who he is and I go to court, he's gonna be fired. He decided. My papa was on one, like, those like really big medicine bags they give you. One of those of fluid or medicine or whatever, and the doctor decided randomly he wanted to up it to 3. And right after he did that, I'm getting like really mad talking about the ending of the story like right now, or the middle of the story. Right up after he upped it, my uncle was up there the whole time. One of my uncles was up there the whole time anyways, but they upped his medication for his stuff after he just got out of surgery the previous day to fix his one of his broken legs. Stupid, fucking stupid doctor, I swear to God. But yeah, they upped the dosage. A couple hours later, I'm sorry, I had to plug up my computer. A couple hours later, he got a high fever and something else. Started having high fever, sweats, and like everything like that. Within like I think 15 minutes before my aunt got up there, one of my aunts, he passed away. Got a high fever, started throwing up and everything. He was gone because of what the doctor did. Because of what the doctor did, I don't have the one man in my life that meant the most to me. I mean, that man meant everything in the world to me. Like, think about the one thing or the one person in your life that you would have done, like whatever, anything, like you could have took a bullet for it. That person in your life is what my granddad was to me. That's like the equivalent of what my granddad was to me. And so, after he died, I'm starting to shake because like this is bad for me. After he passed away, like a couple of days later, like that Friday or whatever, no, that Sunday, we drove 13 hours there and back, there to Florida, stayed for about 3 days for his funeral. That I'm gonna tell you, I should have never went up to that casket at all to see it, cause I completely lost it. Seeing him in that casket, seeing him laying there tore me literally to pieces. I cried the entire funeral. The preacher was talking, I was crying. They played music, I was crying. Like, I couldn't stop it. I was like sniffling and it was horrible. And I was in like the third row so I could see him from where I was sitting. And that just made it all the worse. But before the funeral even started, you walk in the church and they had the something pulled down. They had the projection screen and they had all kinds of pictures of him up, and I was staring at the pictures the whole time and met a bunch of family that I didn't know I had. Then while the preacher was talking, they changed the pictures to more pictures of him and family back when he was younger. And I was looking at those pictures. I could not even look at the preacher at all because I was just hoping he was gonna come back, but he really wasn't. I know in my heart he wasn't, but I was hoping in my mind he would. I was kind of hoping it was all a dream, but obviously it's been a month. It's not a dream. been a month of him gone, and I'm definitely not over it. I'm not even over it a little bit. I had a nervous breakdown last night over it. Plus, like, I've lost some other friends too around the same time due to suicide. Two of my friends in the same year I lost due to suicide. And my papa on top of that. Then I started thinking about my grandma. Yo, literally, I dropped a cup of. I like spilled a cup of Kool-Aid off of my nightstand. And as soon as I spilled it, I just busted out in tears and couldn't quit crying for nothing. But I heard this was the best way to get, like, over stuff. Over, like, losses and everything. And, sorry y'all, it's my people texting me. And I'm glad I actually made this video because I do kind of feel a little bit better about it. Because I'm trying not to cry. I've been crying a lot recently because over this. But I know he's in a better place or whatever not. I know I'm gonna see him again. Probably soon, the way I'm going right now. No, I'm just kidding now. I just had a lot of problems going on lately. It's hard to deal with, but that's life. You win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, I lost the one thing I loved the most. And then, but whoa, messed up my whole sentence. Plies and Bobby Valentino's got a video on 106 right now. Sorry, I kind of like messed up my story. Anyways, y'all, that was my loss. I had to get that out because I heard that was the best way to do it, was to just talk about it. So there you go. Talked about it. Like, leave me some comment, love, make me feel better. Love, love, peace, and chicken grease. Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, love, peace, and chicken grease, y'all. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Deuces.